Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. It's great to be with you. It is a Saturday, in case you guys did not know, and that means we're on day 7 and we are wrapping up the master topic that we started not too very long ago, which was last Saturday. So, again, it is great to be with everyone. So great to have you here. And yes, really, really great to be with everyone here at Inspirations for Your Life on the show. If this is your very first time, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you and I want to say welcome. If you've been here one time, 5 times, 10 times, 100, or maybe even more, I'd like to say not only thank you and welcome, but I'd like to say the words welcome back because I really do appreciate people that enjoy the quality and content that I produce here on the show. We have a lot of great stuff that we do, and it is so great to have you here on the show and to be listening to all this great stuff. Because we have a master topic every week from Saturday to Friday. So this is the Saturday and the Friday that ends the show, and then tomorrow we have a brand new topic that we start off. So if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, I got some RO water right here. It's delicious with some lemon in it. If you perhaps would like to get a snack or something, feel free to do that and come on back. Love to have you be comfortable and do what you're going to do. And yes, it is so great to have you here with me. And if you have not checked out believemeachieve.com, go ahead and do that once you get a chance after the show is over, that is. All right, because there's lots of great information that you guys will really appreciate. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and kick this show off. All right, guys. So this is Friday, July 3rd, 2026, one day before 4th of July. And if you guys did not know this, tonight is actually going to be the time that they're actually dropping the ball at 11:59 p.m. Because it's kind of be like a New Year's because, well, the United States is turning 250 this basically this day tomorrow on July 4th. So yeah, definitely check that out later on. All right, so it is so great to have you here with me. And this is season 5. It's episode numbers 27, series 5. Episode, it's actually show 27, excuse me. And it's episode number 7. It's Friday. Welcome, everyone, to another inspiring episode of Inspirations for Your Life. I am your host, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student at Montclair State University, passionate lifelong learner, and so grateful now to be a published author. Every Friday, it gives me great pleasure to end up the week because tomorrow we have a brand new master topic. We can rush into the weekend and basically forget what happened, or we can pause for just a moment, okay, and reflect and use the week as fuel for the next one. Today, I want to share a framework that has helped me and countless successful people continue growing. It is simple. Review, reward, reset. Review, reward, reset. Pretty easy, right? Review, reward, reset. And so let's kick this show off. All right, everyone. So number 1, weekly review turns days into progress. We need to be able to review stuff. I mean, I think that's just an important thing. We have to understand how we review. And I think that's an important thing for a lot of us to basically understand. Okay. So without any kind of reflection, guys, the days just they kind of blur together, right? Reviewing your week transforms experiences into lessons and lessons into momentum. See, a lot of times people don't want to look at the lesson. I'll tell you why. Because they harp on what they did wrong. But really what they want to do is we want to harp on what we did right and then figure out what we did wrong. But we want to figure out how we can change that and not make that a whole ordeal. Just figure out what tweak we can do. And I think that can help a lot of us. But I know sometimes, if you're a perfectionist, which I used to be, it's hard to embrace these kinds of things, right? It just becomes very, very hard. So that's very important to definitely understand. And so let's go ahead and kick this off with our next point, because the next point is very important. Number 2, look back to learn. not to beat yourself up. That's really what I'm saying. We want to look at what we did wrong, and then we want to make the choice to actually embrace what changes we can make. Now, do not become your own worst critic. Study your week with curiosity instead of guilt. I think a lot of people, when they get guilt, like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I think those are important things that a lot of people, like, they don't understand necessarily like what that is. And I think that's hard for a lot of people to understand, like what that is or how that works. But we really need to understand that, and embrace it with curiosity instead of guilt. Because you see, growth begins when you replace judgment with learning. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to embrace. Okay. But it's important to understand that and know, what's going on. And hopefully that'll get you guys to become better versions of yourself every single day. And I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, because nothing, guys, is ever easy, right? Nothing is ever easy. But I can tell you that it's important that you understand, what's going on and why things are going on a certain way, because that can help and affect your trajectory going forward. Number 3, guys, ask yourself, what did I let go of this week? And I think when we think about letting go, it causes a lot of people to get emotional, and it causes people to fear things. Maybe you released a fear, an excuse, or perhaps a distraction. Every new level requires letting go of something that no longer serves you anymore. And I think that's an important thing. When something goes, something else will always fill it. Now, it may not fill it right away. And I think that's another important thing. Don't worry if it doesn't fill it right away. It will eventually fill it. I promise. Okay. But it might just take a little time before that void does get filled. Number 4, guys, ask yourself, where did I level up this week? You see, growth is often subtle. Notice where you became more patient, more disciplined, or more confident. Those moments matter most. I know a lot of us say, gee, look, I did this wrong, I did this wrong, I did this wrong. And now what am I supposed to do? And I get that, guys, but we really have to embrace the concept of who we are. All right. The concept of who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing certain things. So I think that matters the most for everyone. But I think sometimes we miss that whole concept. And I feel that if we miss the concept, then it's going to be like, how do we get back on our feet? Okay. I think it's important to understand, okay, that people have to be who they are and they have to learn from mistakes. Okay. That's a very important thing to know. And I'm going to tell you that it's something that you can do every single day. But I know a lot of people, they get scared because they figure that they can't do something. And it's not that they can't, it's just like Henry Ford said a long time ago: if you believe you can't, you're right. And if you believe you can, you're also right. So we have to basically believe we can. That's what Henry Ford said. And so we want to embrace that whole concept of doing that. And when we do that, I feel our life sort of changes in a way that maybe many of us were not expecting it to change into. But it does change, and that change helps us to become a better person. Number 5, track your wins as identity evidence. Every positive action proves who you are becoming. Your wins are evidence that your future self is already taking shape. And don't beat yourself up because you're not where you want to be. Just don't do that. I think that's an important thing. And I know a lot of people don't understand like what's going on, or why something is going on. Okay, that's probably an important thing for us to understand, for us to know like why that is. Number 6, celebrate even tiny improvements. A small improvement repeated consistently creates extraordinary results. Never dismiss progress simply because it seems small. I'm gonna have a little sip of water here. Mm. Actually delicious. Mara water with lemon is a really, 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 really good recipe. And I think a lot of people can understand that. And hopefully, most people will really understand that you never dismiss progress simply because it seems small. A lot of people will give up because they don't see what they want now. Number seven, you are closer to your new self than last Friday. You are, whether you believe that or not. 1 week of intentional action changes you more than you realize. Give yourself credit for continuing the journey, right? That's an important thing that a lot of people don't understand. You've got to give yourself credit because you're on a journey, and the journey is not always easy, guys. The journey can sometimes be hard for people. Okay, and I think that's an important thing that a lot of people miss. And I can tell you that's important. Number eight, notice how your choices changed. Success is built through decisions. Pay attention to the moments where you choose growth instead of comfort, right? I think that's a thing for a lot of people. And maybe it's something that you want, maybe it may not be something somebody else wants. So we have to pay attention to those moments where we're actually focusing on growth. That's important. I know we want comfort, but if we focus on, let's say, growing, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. And hopefully we will definitely get used to that. Number nine, notice how your self-talk changed. The conversation you have with yourself shapes every decision you make in your life. Speak with encouragement instead of criticism. I think that's a very important thing for us to realize that it's got to be about that reason. And I think a lot of people don't realize that they have so much power. Okay, they have a lot of power. All right. Number 10, adjust your systems based on reality, not fantasy. This isn't Disney. This isn't a movie. This is your life. Okay. Create routines that fit your real life. Sustainable systems always outperform unrealistic plans. We've talked about that before. Many people want to do the unrealistic plans, but then they may not necessarily work in the best way. Okay. They may not work in the best way. And I can say that that's something that a lot of people, they beat themselves up about. Why am I going this way? Why am I doing this? Oh, you can change it. Absolutely can change it. Number 11, guys, keep what moved you forward. Drop what did not. Not every habit deserves another week. Keep the actions that created progress and release the ones that wasted your time. Many people feel that they don't want to do that because they're afraid of going back. They're afraid of going back, and I think that's an important too, right? And that may be something that maybe you're not aware of. But when you become aware of it, it's like, okay, now I'm doing the things that are best for my life and to help me succeed. But I realize a lot of people, they get stuck in that pattern like, what is best for my life? Number 12, your life is a series of experiments. Tweak the next round. Your life is a game in a sense that don't take life completely seriously, right? That doesn't mean don't be serious about certain things. It just means don't take everything seriously. Have fun with life. Something doesn't work, change it. I've done the same thing with marketing for many years. If something doesn't work, well, what could make it work? Treat every week as valuable data. When something does not work, improve it instead of quitting. So many people I know, they want to quit, and the reason they want to quit is because they don't have an answer. They don't necessarily know where they want to be or what they want to do. But the thing is, they can do a lot if you believe it's possible. If you believe it's possible. Now, I know a lot of people say it's not possible, but it is. All right. And I think a lot of people hopefully understand that most people will realize when something does not work, you can improve it instead of quitting. But in the beginning, some people are going to quit because they just think that's the only way to be. They feel if you quit and you give up, that life will just be easy for you. Okay. And I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to realize, that it's just like that. And that's something I think that's going to take people a while to realize that you have this potential, all right? Potential that could change who you are. Number 13, reward yourself in ways that do not undo the progress you've already done. Celebrate it wisely, guys. Choose rewards that reinforce your goals instead of pulling you away from them. Yeah. And again, that can be hard because you may have your head set on one direction, but you're not open to a new change. Okay. And that's something that a lot of people I feel just they don't get it. They don't understand what it's about or why it's about. They just deny everything in their life. And again, this is something that I believe everyone's going to get better at the more they do it. All right. Number 14, rest is part of performance. It's not a break from it. We all need our rest. Recovery is what growth requires for us to transpire. When we sleep, our short term memory gets converted to our long term. Rest gives your mind and body the strength to perform at a higher level, right? It's not about pushing yourself till you collapse. But I know a lot of people do that. They push themselves to collapse and then they wonder why they're suddenly on the floor. They went way past burnout. Number 15, do not confuse being busy with leveling up. Many people I know do that. A full calendar does not guarantee meaningful progress. Focus on what that truly you have in your life and what moves your life forward. Not the fact that you've just blocked at every single slot in your life and time, that you're so busy that you can't do anything. That's not a good thing, guys. Number 16, choose depth over speed. Mastery comes from going deeper, not faster. Slow, intentional growth creates lasting success. It does. But we have to be patient with it. We cannot expect this to suddenly just, traverse or change overnight. We can't. There's no way to do that, unfortunately. No way. Number 17, guys, set one clear focus for next week. Can you do that for me? Just one. One meaningful priority is often more powerful than 10 competing goals. Clarity creates confidence. And when we get confidence, guess what? We want to move forward. It becomes not just something physical, but it also becomes mental, okay? And even chemical, which pushes our body forward, which is a really good thing. But a lot of people don't realize that we have that power. Number 18, set one habit to double down on. Identify the habit that produced the greatest return this week and strengthen even further for next week. Was it networking? Was it making phone calls? Was it being patient? What was the skill? So set one thing and do it. Number 19, set one thing to fully release, whether it's procrastination, negativity, or a draining commitment. Make the decision to let it go completely. Maybe you're volunteering too much, right? And suddenly you realize your calendar has just been like buffaloed. You don't know what to do. Number 20, you are building momentum. You're not chasing perfection. If you think you're chasing perfection, you're going to get through burnout and it's going to be worse and then you're going to collapse. Okay? So this is a very important thing that I want to share with you. Um, Momentum grows through consistency. Perfection only creates hesitation. Even though we think perfection is everything we need in our life, it's not. It is not. It causes us to become isolated. It causes us to get depressed. It causes us to lose motivation, to lose confidence, and to have any ounce of discipline that we have to just basically cause it to fall apart. And I think that's a hard thing for people. Everything has to be aligned. See, when they connect, nothing's going to try to sabotage the other. Now, can something take apart discipline? Yes, it can. Is it common? No. But if you're feeling that bad about yourself, you can actually rewire discipline to not work for you. That's not good. Let your week become content, insight, and strategy. Again, look at the data that your week is producing. Look at it. It's pretty powerful, right? I think it's important to understand and to recognize that. All right, that's very important. So, the next thing I want to share with you is your experience contains valuable lessons. Capture them in a journal, a podcast, a video, or a conversation with someone who needs the encouragement, just like I'm doing here. We're on, by the way, we're on the year now, in our fifth year. We are not complete the fifth year. We're 4.5 years on the air right now. Number 22. Document, document, document how you have changed. This is your origin story. Celebrate it. One day you'll look back and realize these small weekly moments built the person you became today. Record that journey. Don't be afraid to tell the world about it because that's impressive. Okay. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize. Okay. They don't realize what that is. But I want to tell you that when you start to have an understanding of this, that's when your life starts to change. Don't think because, well, it's a small change that nothing's going to happen. Okay? Don't think that. Don't think that at all. All right? If you realize that you can change, that's a big difference. Okay? Don't think that it's just about today. Think about the potential and where it can go in your life. That's the key, guys. When you can understand how these little steps can actually compound into things that are much bigger. Number 23, you did not just survive, you designed. You're not simply reacting to life. Every intentional decision helps shape the future you want to live. You're not being reactive, you're being proactive. And that's where success happens. Number 24, this can be your new baseline, not your peak. Do not believe your best week is behind you. Raise your standard and make today's progress tomorrow's normal. A wise person once told me a long time ago, you want to become more successful, envision your future the way you want it to be, but don't see your future as something that's so wowing. Just see it as your normal day. And when that happens, guys, your life actually changes. Your life changes because you see it as just your normal daily life. And I think that's a very important thing to understand. All right. So number 25, upgrade the plan, not the excuses. When something fails, improve the strategy instead of defending the reason it did not work. Better plans create better results. So why don't we start doing that today instead of making ourselves all of these amazing excuses, right? Why? I think that's an important thing to understand, um, that's how it is. And I think a lot of people don't realize, like, how that works or how that can embrace. All right, but that's important to definitely understand. All right. So, number 26, you are proving you can let go and level up. That's what this whole week is about, letting go and leveling up in many different ways. Every courageous choice becomes evidence that transformation is happening to you. Keep collecting that proof. That's going to make the difference to make you want to push harder, right? It's going to make you want to push harder and harder and harder. That's really what it's about, guys. It's about that whole concept. And I know a lot of people get stuck in that path. Number 27, old you is losing power. The new you is gaining proof. Your identity changes every time your actions align with your goals. The old version fades as the new version grows just a little bit stronger. And that can be hard for some people to understand. Number 28, close the week with intention. That's an important one for us to realize. Close the week with intention. And hopefully that makes some difference in your life. Before the weekend begins, take a few moments to express gratitude. Review your lessons and acknowledge your progress. Number 29, open the next week with clarity, not clutter. Know your priorities before Monday arrives, starting with clarity and giving yourself confidence before the week even begins. And number 30, let go and level up is now how you live, not just a theme. This is more than a motivational phrase. It's a commitment to becoming stronger through intentional action every single week. As we wrap up today and the week, remember this: your greatest competition is not another person. It is the version of yourself that believes growth is impossible. Every week, you review honesty, reward wisely, and reset intentionally. You become someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Do not wait for a new year to reinvent yourself. You have another opportunity every single Friday. Review your victories, learn from your setbacks, celebrate your progress, even the small ones, adjust your systems, then walk confidently into the next week knowing you are no longer hoping for a better future. You are actively creating one. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. And be sure to check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations.